Your Excellency, it gives me a great pleasure again to be with you this day and just to run our colleagues through the series of events that have taken place to bring us up to speed this day. Barely on 14th of April, just barely 3 weeks ago, Your Excellency summoned us to Nyeri to discuss with all stakeholders this issue concerning alcohol and drug abuse within the region and by extension within Kenya as a whole. And many issues were brought up, a critical one of which was brought up by all our leaders concerning legislation. And today, barely 3 weeks after that, we are now on course to steer the necessary legislation to bring harmony in the way that we are fighting this scourge, both at the regional and even at the national level. Your Excellency, since that day, there have also been various sessions held. You took your time, Your Excellency, to meet also with the county security committees to review some of the critical issues that came up, to refine them. We also found various issues and the gaps in the prosecution of cases. Again, you called prosecutors, and we have had several meetings to hone in these matters, resulting now in this what we are doing today, but also proudly reporting to our colleagues here that there are also many other initiatives which are taking place. Your Excellency, for sure, this is the language of the Kenya Kwanza government, recalling very well that at the beginning of this year, that His Excellency, the President, did call us and to tell us that business would not be as usual. And each and every department was consigned to account for the activities it envisions and how it's going to accomplish them. And for sure, your office has moved with speed to take care of various many added responsibilities that have been given progressively. Your Excellency, we are proud to be working under you, and we are ever at your service. Really, without going much further, Your Excellency, it gives me great pleasure to invite you to come and take on the meeting. So please let us be upstanding. Your Excellency.
Thank you. Please be seated. The Chief of Staff in my office, members of Parliament from the Senate and the National Assembly, senior officers of the National Government Administration, senior police officers, the prosecutors, the drafters from Parliament and from the Office of the Honorable Attorney General, the Honorable Speakers of our county assemblies in our 5 counties, the leaders of majority present, and members of the county assembly. Good evening. God is good, and all the time. It gives me pleasure this evening to have this engagement with you as our leaders for the sake of our country and in protecting the next generation, our young people. The background to this meeting is that our country is facing unprecedented times in terms of the young population and the most productive group of our society. For whatever reason, the Central Kenya region has had the biggest beating of the drug abuse and proliferation of illicit brews in the country. From the statistics given by NACADA, the Central Kenya region, or rather the former Central Province, is leading in terms of alcoholism and drug abuse. The President did instruct me about 3 weeks ago to embark on a program to reach out to the leadership in this region to come up with mechanisms and measures to see what interventions can be made by government and all other stakeholders with a view of saving the next generation. This decision was not because other parts of the country are not important, far from it. It is because the Central Kenya region has the highest prevalence rate, and within that it may be difficult to start the exercise all over the country, and we agreed that we try Central Kenya as a model, and when we succeed, as we must, we shall. As we speak, I was in touch with the regional commissioner Rift Valley. From there, we'll have some engagement down the coast